Hello everyone, this is Gemini Jets 1975 coming at you with a new video today. This time I will be doing a Liveries and Aircraft episode on Air Canada. And before I get started, in my last video I answered the Southwest question, but I failed to failed to realize that the aircraft that the question on the trivia question of what airline used the advertising slogan "The Wings of Man," I failed to realize that it was actually answered correctly. The actual answer is Eastern Airlines, and one person, Lucas Orcock, got that correct. So thank you very much for answering that and bringing that to my attention. So shout out to Lucas Orcock. Please go check out his channel and subscribe. So anyways, guys, let me get started with the liveries and aircraft on Air Canada. I do not have all of the liveries. Obviously there's Trans Canada, and they do have a retro on that, so that would be the first one. There is also Tango by Air Canada. I do not have one of those. And then there's a transition livery between this livery right here and the merger with Canadian Airlines. So anyways, guys, let's get started with what I do have. So we have, this is the 70s and 80s livery. So if you this is kind of typical. You have the black anti-glare, and then the red sheet line, the red stripe. It's not even a cheat line, it's an actual stripe. The red stripe, and then you have the maple leaf over right next to the Air Canada titles. It's not necessarily over the boarding door, but it might have been. Someone more familiar with Air Canada, if you could let me know on that. And you follow the red line all the way across, and it's separated by, there's white underneath and then silver. The big Air Canada titles goes all the way down the fuselage, and then just before the end it peters off. And then you have the aircraft type on the tail, and then the registration, in this case CFTOA, and then the maple leaf with basically a white circle around it. And that was the old Air Canada livery from the 70s and 80s. Okay, so next, and then basically this aircraft during this time, Air Canada was a lot like U.S. Airlines. They would operate very large wide bodies on domestic routes. Air Canada did not have a lot of international flights back then. They did have some, but they would operate this route, on this aircraft rather within Canada on domestic routes. Next we have, let's see, this is an A319, and this is kind of the late 90s, early 2000s. Actually, I think the Canadian merger was the early 2000s, so more the 90s. Okay. So you have the cockpit windshield, of course, your Star Alliance logo, the L1 boarding door, and then the maple leaf with the circle around it, but this time it's red instead of white. There's the white, and now it's red. Then you have the Air Canada titles. They were black. Here they are red, and the letters are separated by quite a bit. There's no sheet line, no stripe, just a white fuselage. And then you come to the tail, and it's a green color. And then the maple leaf is a red, almost looks raised, kind of gives it a little bit of relief feel. And a little more plain than this one, but I think it does look better. And of course, the A319 extensively used on domestic routes then and now. They would also use them to the Caribbean. So, short range, or even Mexico. Although I think, yeah, they've flown to the Caribbean for a long time, but Mexico, not so much. Okay. Next, okay, this is a special livery, but the base livery still applies. This is the Kids Horizons livery. So, and on an A319 is today's livery. So you have the blue or mint green, depending on, or actually, it's more of a, not so much a mint green, but a mint blue, actually. So you have the Kids Horizons flag, not flag, but kite. And then the Air Canada maple leaf, the logo, the Air Canada. That has changed very little from there to now. Kids Horizons, the maple leaf on a kite. And then you have, this is basically today's tail. You have the maple leaf with a white maple leaf background and then dots on a field behind it. So basically a maple leaf slapped on a field of dots. It looks pretty cool though, I like it. And this is more of what the current livery, this is exactly. So, of course, the A319 is used domestically. It's also used somewhat into the United States. And I believe they might even use it into the Caribbean, but correct me if I'm wrong, they might not. Next, you have the CRJ 705. This is used extensively into the US. They also use it on jazz and express routes within Canada, domestic jazz and express routes. But they do use it extensively in the US. So on this livery, it's pretty much the same. It's just, your I don't want to call it mint, but it's basically like a mint blue color. And then you come up, and then you have the standard maple leaf with the on top of the field of dots. Very, very nice livery. This is probably my favorite Air Canada livery. I have actually seen one of these in Austin spotting, so it's a very nice plane. Okay, so this one is used, of course, like I said, heavily on domestic and over the border routes to the United States. Next, we have the 777-200, and of course, this is used extensively on international routes. I believe they not only use this to Asia, but to Europe as well. And I think Air Canada also operates the 777 on a few domestic routes. Kind of like Delta and United do, probably mainly for positioning of aircraft, but to rotate them through the system. So this is a very nice livery, like I said. The maple leaf on the field of dots. So, and then finally, because since I don't have the other airline within an airline, excuse me, that Air Canada operated, I do have Rouge. Okay, Rouge is a low-cost subsidiary airline within an airline, so to speak. You have, let's see here, I'm zoomed in. You got Air Canada, and of course the maple leaf with the circle, and then you have Rouge. French for red, I believe. Please forgive me if I got that incorrect. There is a woman's makeup, Rouge, you know, so anyway, can't believe I said that. But so you got the Star Alliance logo, of course, Rouge, Air Canada, the red engines, no cheat line, no stripe. Then you come to the tail, and you have a stylized kind of half maple leaf. This is really cool. And so you got part of the maple leaf and the circle blown up and put onto the side of the airplane. So you just take, where do we have it here? Don't want to push that in. So you take part of the logo and you blow it up and you put it on the tail, and it's in white with red background. Very nice. I really like that. I almost like the Rouge livery better than the standard Air Canada, but I like both of them a lot. I really love this model, and when I noticed that one of the front tires came off, I was a little bit peeved, but it's not the end of the world. I still have a tire on the other side. So, and Air Canada Rouge, I believe this aircraft is mostly used on across the border routes to the U.S., as well as because they only have a couple of these. I think they primarily use it on over the border flights. So anyway, that basically concludes this models by airline, or not models by airline, but liveries and aircraft on Air Canada. Wonderful airline, the national carrier of Canada, and of course, so huge shout out to all of my Canadian subscribers. Love you guys. Y'all are awesome. This video is for you guys. Sorry if I fumbled some of the information on where some of these aircraft fly, but forgive me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe as always. Huge shout out, of course, to Lucas Orcock and to all of my Canadian subscribers. T-Dot Spotter and the Little Aviation King, who are in the Global Airport Alliance. There's also let's see, Aviation Nation 12. He is not in the alliance. I've got too many Canadian subscribers to name, but this video is dedicated to all of you guys. So before I get too long and crazy babbling and talking about nothing, I will let you go and see you guys in the next video. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys later.